What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Let's talk New Orleans Saints real quick here, Jake, because yesterday, John O'Barnes, I can't remember exactly what he tweeted, but it was something about like, man, everybody's like really upset around here. Like what's going on? And we touched on it a bit, right? Some Saints fans were upset that you forced 5 turnovers against a bad Chicago Bears team with Tyson Bagent as the quarterback, and you don't win bigger. You only win by 7. Now, I'm not saying, like, I understand where that comes from because you had opportunities to bury them offensively. You didn't do that. It should have never come down to them ever having the ball late in the game with the possession to try to tie it anyway. Sure, I understand all these things. But it's also come to the caveat of this is not a very good football team, right? But I still like football, and I still like winning mainly, and I still like winning the NFC South. And so there's been this kind of debate that has started among Saints fans where some are like me, or like, hey, man, you know what? 5-4, your rivals lose. You're winning the South. That's cool. Like, even if it's a little sloppy within, that's cool. And for me, I see like, okay, you have red zone issues. You're getting really creative in the red zone. You're trying to figure out ways. You're getting Taysom Hill involved. Okay, like Chris Olave got going this game. Like, I like some things. I saw the defense remains great. But then there's the other side that's like, okay, sure, you're 5-4 and you're winning South, but guess what? The South is garbage. You're actually still bad. And all you're going to do is go lose the first round of the playoffs, and then you're just going to be stuck in this purgatory because you were good enough to win the division, but you're not actually good. And so what do you think, Jake, as a kind of a neutral observer here on the outside looking in, whose side would you fall on in this debate?
I think that Saints fans should be appreciative of being 5-4 right now, but I'm kind of like I don't really get that feeling. And I think, coming into the season, the expectations were high, but not incredibly high. I forget what we went around the room and we did this. I think 10-7 was probably the median. Like, that's kind of where I think a lot of us landed. And you have every opportunity to be 10-7, what we thought you were going to be. You are first place in your division. Is it a bad division? Who cares? You're first place.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm someone who, like, okay, you could say it's likely that you go lose the first playoff game, and I'm not going to argue.
But who? Just get in the tournament.
Yeah, but if you're there, you don't know.
No, the Giants won a Super Bowl at 9-7. I've been on a team that's won a playoff game at 8-8.
This is the same team that won the Super Bowl and then the very next season lost to a 7-9 Seahawks team.
Yeah, Beastquake. God, what a run. Yeah, I mean, so I, again, get in the dance, and if you lose, it is what it is. And look, we will talk about the Saints and what needs to be fixed. Again, it's not to say that there aren't problems, but we knew this was a flawed team. And the other part of it is like, I don't think you ever want to be, as a fan or somebody enjoying this form of entertainment that we love so much, you never want to get to the spot where all you care about is the end destination, the result. If you put, and that's almost everything in life, if you put all of your energy and thought and emotions into does this end at the pinnacle, then not only you're not going to get there because you're distracted and you're being future-oriented and you're not doing the things that it takes in the present to get there, like, so it's flawed on that level, but also it's just not enjoyable. You're not, like, again, we've talked a lot about cliches this week. You're only as strong as the weakest link. What's the old cliche about, like, enjoying the journey? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Like, I find that to ring very true in football, where we wait all offseason to get here once again, and you finally get it, and on Saturday you get to watch your favorite college team do battle. On Sunday, you get to watch your favorite NFL team do battle, and there's pain, there's happiness, thrill of victory, agony of defeat, but it's fun. It's fun, unless all you care about is the end result. So I summarily reject the idea that some of y'all are putting out there that it doesn't matter because this team won't win a Super Bowl. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's a miserable way to go through life. I'm going to enjoy football, and I'm going to celebrate the wins, and guess what? I'm going to complain about the losses. And when they lose again, we're going to bring up DA's overall record again and talk about how he sucks. And then when they win, we're going to give them credit for making adjustments because that's what you do. You react to the ebbs and flows and to the product that's being put on the field in front of you. And when you win in the Dome, to me, that's always a good feeling. Again, especially when you have the Falcons and the Bucs lose in such dramatic fashion to teams that they had no business losing to. Like again, you squared up with Tyson Bagent. Okay. They squared up with Josh Dobbs. And who else? Why am I blanking right now?
CJ
Oh,
Stroud.
CJ Stroud, right? Now, granted, the Texans are kind of frisky, but nobody thought the Texans were going to be any good entering this year.
Yeah.
So it's the NFL. It's the NFL, man. You get a win, be happy, celebrate it, enjoy it. Because guess what? Next week, you may lose, and then you're going to be angry all week.
My kind of optimistic spin, at least for the last couple of weeks, is the defense started really slow in the first half against the Colts and this past Sunday. But the offense kept pace both times. I mean, 21 points in the first half against Indianapolis doesn't sound impressive on the surface, but you combine that with 17 points this past week, it feels like this offense is making progress.
Yeah, I mean, look, and that's a good point because the defense took over. Like, the offense had to carry you in the first half. Defense takes over second half. There's good complementary football. Also, this offense is just trying to score 20 points. Like, if this offense hits 20 points a game for now, that's a good incremental step towards what, the improvement that we need to see.
And I feel like people should be a little more critical of the defense. Like, it's not like they've been bad, but it hasn't really been up to the standard that we've seen early in the season and in past seasons. Like, you give up 70 plus rushing yards to Jonathan Taylor in the first half against Indianapolis. You were trailing in that game. You gave up 200 yards to Tyson Bagent, which, come on, man. I get that there's no film and he's a rookie, but yeah, they got to start the first half a little bit faster.
Well, but I mean, you also picked Tyson Bagent off quite a bit. Like, I don't think
in the second half, they made the adjustments. Credit Dennis Allen, but that's
what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't think I'm ever going to criticize the defense if you give up 17 NFL games.
No, but
like 20 points is that benchmark.
Yeah, but my point is the offense is performing better there, and that's team football, right? When other areas fail, different areas pick you up.
Here's another point. You have 8 games left. Only 2 are against teams with winning records currently. 2. All right, you got the Vikings and the Lions. Falcons losing record. You got them twice. Panthers, Giants, Rams, Bucks, all losing record.
Yeah.
So you have 2 teams right now, and I would say Detroit's the only good one in there.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's got something. You like the culture there if you're a Minnesota Viking fan because of what they've done, how they started to where they're at right now. They're 5-4. But I would say Detroit's the only really good team you have left on your schedule of the 8 games.
To bring things back to the Roman Empire, it's like, if you were at one of the big stadia, like the Colosseum in Rome or something, doing the gladiatorial games, that's like the Eagles playing football right now. This Saints schedule is like some little back alley, outskirts, Roman suburb in which it's just like a rickety. It's like the first place that Marcus Aurelius fights in Gladiator.
Yeah.
Like that is the Saints schedule right now. They we'll see if they end up making it to the Coliseum. Right now they're out here scrapping. This is like the bum fights of the NFL, and guess what? I love it. I'll order that VHS. Okay, I'll watch those games, and I'm gonna cheer for my bum to win the fight. Do people even know about bum fights anymore? Is that a dated reference?
Probably.
I gotta be honest. You're like the only person I know that makes that reference.
Yeah. And it's an awful reference, to be clear. It's like one of the most inhumane, just awful concepts ever.
But I appreciate
where people are, basically manipulating and paying homeless people into fighting one another.
You appreciate bum fights?
I appreciate the reference though because I don't hear it often.
No, that's a very popular meme. Meme when 2 like average sports teams are like debating or like the official account, someone will post like 2 hobos fighting.
Oh, okay. So maybe there is some cultural relevancy. Kind of greasy though. Maybe I should stop. Oh well. The point is, suck it up, okay? Have fun, watch football, and if your team wins, celebrate it. And if your team loses, be angry. Lean into both. That's at least how I'm going to handle it.
Look, you completely control your destiny in the South as well. With the Falcons twice, you have bad Carolina, and you got Tampa Bay. So, I mean, you still have all of these division games sitting right there in front of you. You control it. I mean, you can get into the postseason. I don't care what the record is. Get into the postseason, and you have enough veteran players, and you're starting to figure out how to use those veteran players and those weapons that you have. And so they are on a good path right now.
Yeah, I agree. And we will see where it goes. Who's up next on the schedule, boys?
The Vikings.
You got the Vikings on the road. You got 2 road games and then 3 home games.
Josh Dobbs?
Yeah, a lot of people making fun of the Falcons for blowing that game. I'm kind of trying to chill when it comes to that.
Lean into it, dude. It's Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs won 2 games in like 18,000 years.
He's also a rocket scientist.
He is very smart. He's incredibly intelligent. That is true. That's true.
That's how you can get there like on Tuesday and
Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.